Good morning. I'm Carroll County Broadcasting General Manager Jamie Hussey, and it's time now for Bank of 1889's Community Chat. Join me as we talk to the Berryville Economic Community Development Director, Dr. Dean Lee, about happenings in our community. Good morning, Dean. How are you?
Well, I'm great. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You got your green on, don't you?
I got my green on. Now, I don't see yours.
It's a fade.
Okay.
I'll pull it down. Okay.
That's more blue than green.
Okay.
I think you're susceptible to pinches today.
I could be, but I'm going to count it green, and I've got some red on too.
You do.
Well, how about them Razorbacks?
How about
just go right at it, right?
As sick as they make us throughout the game, we did come out victorious.
Well, if you had a chance to watch it and see the last of it, nobody was really just roaring at the end. They were all just going, "Oh please, oh please, hang on." So, but we did it. We pulled it off. So, but I tell you what, St. Patrick's Day, you're no leprechaun, but you got to be lucky, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're in Berryville.
That's right.
We're in a good place. So,
this is a pot of gold. Berryville's a pot of gold.
That is it.
Itself.
I told you, I feel lucky.
Yeah.
So,
the Hogs, they did win by 10 points. That was good. I think that's the first time in 30 years that we've won 3 NCAA games in 3 consecutive years.
No kidding.
The first rounds. Yeah.
All right.
So we've been Sweet 16 the last 2 years. So hopefully we can continue on. Play the Kansas tomorrow at 4:30 or 4:15.
4:15. Okay.
On CBS.
Yeah, we were just looking at that before we got on air. CBS. So it's always fun to listen which announcers we get,
right.
But it was fun to listen to them be realistic about the Razorbacks. Right. We were worried. We never felt comfortable, did we?
No.
And they knew that.
We've
didn't
lost too many leads to feel comfortable. And speaking of announcers, this is Jim Nance's last year.
Oh, I heard him last night
at the Final Four, which he's so eloquent and masterful. And I have had a chance to meet him a couple times.
Oh, you have?
And one of them was February 10th, 1991, when the Razorbacks played UNLV.
Oh, yeah.
That was at Barnhill, if you remember.
Was. I think I don't think I was at that one, but that was a good one.
That was the first ever Sunday game that CBS did for college athletics, for college basketball. And it was number 1 and number 2 in the nation.
Wow.
And and you look on there.
Oh, okay, so the back of it, you got the autographs.
I got his autograph.
Well, I didn't even think about the autographs because, folks, if you've known, I've talked about Dean before. He saves everything, and I thought, well, maybe he just found this in the trash can. No, he's got autographs on here. So you did Billy Packer there. I see it. Jim Nance
and Pat O'Brien.
Pat O'Brien
was.
Wow. Did you play golf with them? Because
no, they tried to sneak in. I was in charge of parking with the Razorbacks at the time, and one of my attendants called and said, "Hey, I got 3 guys here that say they're announcers, and they don't have a pass." I said, "Do they look like who they say they are?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Send them in." So they got great parking, but I did sponge a autograph off of him.
Well, that's awesome.
And I met Jim later, and he remembers the game. I mean, he knew the date. He's tremendous with numbers.
Really?
Yeah, he said, that was 2/10/91, which was February 10th, 1991.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
But he'll be missed. He is excellent, so that'll be something that college basketball and the NCAA March Madness and all that will miss him after this year.
Well, and we always talk about sports, but March Madness, it's far-reaching. There's so many people involved, and not just your teams, but if you're not a basketball fan, you gotta look at it.
Well, you gotta look. When you write that it's amazing when you write a team down that you got to go see how you did.
Well, I don't want to look at mine. Are you looking at your bracket?
I'm looking at my bracket.
Me too.
Yeah. They had 16 games yesterday, and I lost 6. So I got 10 out of 16, which sounds good, but that's the first round, which are where you should have your best.
And I know how you did last year.
Yeah.
You did well last year.
Yeah.
So you and I'll just tell on myself. Last year I picked Kentucky to win all the way, and they were the first one to lose. So I'm doing better than last year, but that's not much. I had Arizona, and that was a buster bracket for sure.
Well, I was reading last night after the first game, which was Maryland, West Virginia. Maryland ended up winning, and 52% of all the brackets was busted at that time.
Right there.
And then when Furman beat Virginia, there was only 10% of the brackets that were set. And then, of course, when Princeton beat Arizona, there's like 0.065 perfect brackets left.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. Well, we can be thinking Missouri, just our neighbors here, they got a chance to move on because they're going to be playing Princeton tomorrow as well. So, the SEC did decent, but I know A&M lost.
A&M, that was a shocker.
That was a shocker, too. So, but Tennessee and Auburn and of course, our Hogs. So, go Hogs.
Go Hogs. Lady Razorbacks won WNIT last night, too.
They did, didn't they? They played at home, didn't they?
Played at home, beat Louisiana Tech 69-47, and they'll play again Monday at 7 o'clock at Bud Walton Arena against Stephen S. Austin.
Okay. So
I brought for you, Jamie. You like to gig me, but I brought a WNIT ring here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Let me see that now.
That was at Arkansas State, and we actually played the Razorbacks.
Okay.
That year at Jonesboro, which was a big thing for ASU. So it's a big
Sun
moment
Belt
in
Conference,
history.
right?
Yep.
Well, and that's a big one. I like that. That's pretty.
Yeah. But
I thought you were going to give it to me, but that's okay.
No, since you make fun of me and my collections. So.
I love to see them. So, hey, talking about the sports though, let's talk a little bit about Bobcat baseball. This is not on your list. I did a little research, but the Bobcats are 2-2. They were canceled yesterday. Of course, the weather's just been terrible. That was against Greenland, but they're supposed to go to Cassville baseball tournament this weekend. Cassville's field was not good, so they were going to move it to Mount Vernon. Well, you know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. It's going to be horrible. So I hope they get to go. But there again, for the parents and all having to go to Mount Vernon in the cold, but they're supposed to play a couple of games Saturday, and then they were going to go watch the Razorbacks Sunday.
Cool.
It was a weekend for them.
Yeah.
It is going to be cool on Sunday too, and then they're supposed to finish up on Monday. So we'll of course we can check the school Facebook and see what the tournament's going to be like. But that's planned for the weekend as well. So
great. Well,
all right.
Just on Bobcats, Jake Wilson, I think we had maybe announced earlier, but he made All-State in basketball.
That's right.
And then Jake Wilson, Nate Allen, and DJ Colbert made All-Conference. And then DJ also made the All-Defensive team.
All right.
I would have loved for Chet Hudgens to make the All-Defense. I mean, he's an unsung hero.
Well, they wouldn't have had those honors without him. I guarantee you, right? Absolutely. So, well, and a couple of those boys, DJ and Jack, are playing baseball.
Yes,
they are. So,
good deal.
Well, let's get